Hello beautiful people and welcome back to another Mental Health Monday. If you are new here, my name is Maddie and every Monday I make a video on mental health. So I'm not gonna lie, today has been a very stressful day and I've already started filming this video twice, so I'm hoping third time lucky. I've actually been really looking forward to sitting down and just answering your questions. Last week I asked you guys to send me in questions on Instagram on any mental health topic, so go and grab yourself a cup of tea and your snacks now, pause the video because we have some really interesting questions coming up. The first question is how to know if you should seek help or if it's something you can deal with on your own. I think when you know you need help is when you kind of reach a breaking point and I think you'll kind of know within yourself that you can't do this yourself. Say you've been trying to get better yourself and it's just not working out. If it's really affecting your day-to-day life, then that's when you need outside help. I would not recommend dealing with it completely on your own. You need people like your friends and family around you, and you at least need to have a look online at, there's loads of information out there. You can almost put yourself through therapy, so maybe even try that first before you go to the doctors and seek help. Next question. I'm getting referred to a psychiatrist. Have you had one, and if so, what was it like? I feel nervous. Yes, I've had many psychiatrists in the past. I currently see one who I always go on about. He's amazing. What was it like the first time that I saw them? I was very anxious, and to be honest, in the past, my experiences with psychiatrists have been a bit hit and miss. So go in there with an open mind. Remember that it's okay if you don't click initially and that they're there to help you at the end of the day. Some of them are better at helping you than others, but over time you'll realise whether you work well or you don't work well together. Next question. Does self-care help, bubble baths, etc.? Yes, let me tell you, self-care should be something that's built into everybody's week. Self-care is so important because it's giving you and your body that much needed break from everything else that's going on. You're not at school or college, you're not working, you're not on your phone. It's so important to give yourself breaks and do nice things for yourself, because then in turn you will feel better, I promise. Whether it's as simple as a face mask or a bubble bath. My advice would be set aside a night where you know you have it off. So for me, I've known that my boyfriend was going to be away this week, so the other night, oh my god, it was like heaven. I put a face mask on, I put my new series on Netflix that I'm watching, I made myself a tea, and I literally just sat there for a few hours with my dog, just chilling out, not on my phone, and it was actually heaven. So you honestly, yeah, self-care is everything. Next question. What is it like being on medication? All medications for mental health problems have side effects, and they are lying if they tell you that there's no side effects. Some more than others. What it's like being on them, it's not a miracle cure. Some people may get by on just being on medication and that really helps them, and that is great. But if you're, say, severely depressed, it's not gonna cure you. It's just gonna give you that platform that you need to work from. Before you go on medication, it's definitely important to do your research, because a lot of medications are really hard to come off afterwards as well, and you don't necessarily want to be stuck on it forever. Unfortunately, it's not like you take a tablet and you feel amazing again. That's just, yeah, it's unfortunately not how it works. Next question. When you went for inpatient, what was the response / care to self-harm like? So first of all, they had the right to look through your room at any time for items that you may be able to harm yourself with. Secondly, if say you'd been on leave, so left the hospital, and then when you come back they would search you and your belongings thoroughly. Sometimes that's a strip search, so in that sense they were very vigilant with what you brought in. Scissors in there were a rarity, and if you did want them for crafts and stuff like that, you had to ask for them, and they had to sign them in and sign them out. And then when you got them, they were plastic scissors, so they could barely cut paper. But the thing is, when you are in hospital without the means to self-harm that you usually would have around you, you will find a way. Like, I'm of the belief that if you want to self-harm, you'll find a way to self-harm. Even if you're in a room with like nothing in it, you will find something in that room to use. And that's just how it is. However, when you did self-harm, you had like nurses checks where they would like check your body. They would find it and they would literally like get it out of you of what you had used. So then like I would tell them and they would confiscate that item, and then it would happen again and they would have to confiscate things off me which you wouldn't even think you would use to self-harm. And they also dressed the self-harm as well so that you didn't trigger the other patients. Next question. Seeking help in crisis. I feel like I'm in crisis, but if I go to A&E they won't take me seriously. It's honestly so difficult because I don't want to sound really negative. I mean, obviously in desperate measures, yes, like go to A&E if you are in crisis and they will, you know, they'll send the crisis team around, but the likelihood is you're just going to be discharged. If you're not already registered with mental health services, it is important to register with them because they will have a crisis team and those are the people that you want to speak to. There are a lot of crisis helplines out there that you can call and they will give you advice on what they think you should do. Next question. Do you ever wonder on your bad days of recovery, is it worth it? How do you get through it? Oh my god, all the flipping time. So like I recently did a video on how to pick yourself back up after a relapse, and in that I talked about this mentality, like why should I even carry on fighting? What I've learned is that usually every relapse and every bad day is there to test you and to teach you a lesson, and I know like it can get a lot. However, what you need to realize is that you will get through it. If you have the mentality like what's the point, you're not going to get through it as quick. So if you want to get over it, it's best to have a hopeful attitude and just do everything in your power that you can to get over it. And it may take you a while, but I promise you, you will do it in the end. Next question. Best distraction techniques to fight urges. There are all these things that I've tried in the past with like the hot food and like holding an ice cube and stuff, and that helps. But my number one would be to change the environment that you're in. So if you're in your room, leave your room. What I find really helpful is to remove myself from the environment and do something that I enjoy and that will distract me. So for me, that's like Netflix, something easy that I can just put on. I have so many tips in my past self-harm videos because some of them were made when I was actually still self-harming, so I think I had a lot better techniques then than I do now. Next question. Do you ever feel like your scars aren't enough? It's weird, but do you feel like you haven't done enough? Oh my god. Yeah, I do want to do a video on this, on like the comparing yourself and your scars to other people. There's so much of that in the world of mental health, and like people posting things online just really doesn't help. All the time I think about this. I see people that I follow who have worse scars than me, who have more of their bodies covered. Even people who have been in a flipping coma or had like kidney dialysis because of suicide attempts. Sometimes it's really weird, but I get jealous of that and I think, why wasn't I like that? Why wasn't I like the worst? I think, why wasn't I in hospital for like years like some people? And it just sometimes makes me feel like a fraud because I feel like my scars are nothing compared to theirs, even though my scars are substantial. And I think that's the dangerous thing about self-harm as well, is that mine got progressively worse throughout the years, and it got particularly worse when I was out of hospital. You know, it's like an addiction, you want more and more and more, and it needs to be worse and worse and worse. Next question. I'm so scared to come off anxiety/depression medication. What happens if I feel like I did before? The difficult thing with coming off medication is the fact that you're going to get withdrawal symptoms no matter what. Like, your body's been so used to this drug, and then, you know, for it to be taken away from your body's going to be like, what? And you're going to feel rubbish for a while, a good few weeks. It will gradually get better. But the difficult thing is distinguishing between withdrawal and sinking back into a depression, for example, because the symptoms can be very similar. I would say give it a couple of months after you come off the medication, then see how you feel. If you feel like you're slipping back into a depression, then you probably need to be on the medication. But if you are thinking about coming off them, that hopefully means that you feel like you're in a good place, and you probably won't feel any different after coming off them. I mean, yeah, you're going to get withdrawals, but after all that settles down, I would at least give it a go. I think it's really important to come off medication when the side effects start outweighing the benefits, because there can be a lot of really horrible side effects and sometimes it's just not worth it. Next question, what to do if your manager / employer / work colleagues don't understand your struggles? I can't even imagine being in that situation. And like nowadays, like how do people not understand? Anyway, what advice I always give when someone doesn't understand what you're going through is to put it into terms that they can understand. You might want to compare it to something that they're familiar with. So like I always give this example, but basically my ex-boyfriend was a gamer and I put my mental health in terms of gaming in order for him to understand. So, you know, pick a topic and just explain it like that. Let them know that mental health is no different to physical health, and you might want to direct them to my videos. No, I'm joking. Just any online information that could be helpful. You could just send them like links. I just think it's important to let them know, like, okay, this is how I feel sometimes. This is what you need to do when I feel this way. I just need you to like cut me a little bit more slack. Next question, does diet affect your mental health? Oh my God. Yes, definitely. When I eat shit, I feel shit. And when I'm eating a lot better, I do feel a lot better. I am of the view that you should eat a balanced diet, which means don't go crazy healthy and make yourself feel really guilty when you do indulge. Indulge and accept that you're indulging. Treat yourself, yes, as long as you're not eating junk food every single day, because that's just really not good for you. It is so difficult nowadays to actually like eat well. Like you can think you're eating well and then you'll see an article like you need to eat this or you shouldn't be eating this. You just can never keep up. So I think just do you. Next question, how do you deal with mood swings? I also have BPD and I find them so exhausting. Oh my God, mood swings are literally like the bane of my life right now. BPD just intensifies them to a whole new level. It's really difficult. I honestly can't really give much advice because I'm not very good with dealing with mood swings, but write them out and remember that, you know, the mood that you're currently in is not going to be the mood you're in forever. Learn what triggers you. Like for me, if I'm hungry, that really makes my mood change. So I've learned that recently. I need to keep myself fed because that reduces my mood swings, and just use all the techniques you can to bring yourself out of that. Next question, are you still taking CBD oil? No, I'm not. I used up the whole bottle in a week, although apparently I was taking way more than I needed to. And the people actually said that people don't feel a difference when it reaches over like 40 milligrams. Like I was using, for example, 160 milligrams, because I did get worried as I thought, okay, if I was taking too much, I feel like that only just helped my anxiety. Like how much do I really need? I am going to try it again for another week and I will let you know how I get on with that. The next question is how to cope with feeling like you're not going to do anything well in the future, e.g. exams, life, money. This is something I get all the time. Obviously, yeah, one of the symptoms of like mental health problems is low self-esteem. However, my advice would be to you, if you are thinking in this mind frame, those things are more likely to happen. I'm not saying you're going to fail, I'm just saying that if you think like that, then things are going to go wrong. However, if you have a little bit of hope and if you think about your good qualities once in a while and think, you know what, actually I'm a cool person, I've got through a lot, I've done this and this, then that is the attitude that's going to help you. And I know things like exams and money are important in life. You need to remember that that's not what life is all about. Life is all about living. No, but seriously, it is. Like, we only have one life, and if you're going to sit there worrying about your future all the time, it's just really honestly not going to help you. So in that sense, just focus on the things that do bring you joy in life, and these things will fall into place for you, I promise. Next question, how do I tell my parents about my self-harm? I think it's important to sit them down when there's not going to be any distractions and say that you have something important to tell them, and tell them that you've been really struggling with self-harm and that it's something that you're hopefully really trying to not do, but you wanted to make them aware so they could support you with it. I think maybe write some notes down on your phone so you don't like freeze up, and then you can just refer to it. Good for you for wanting to tell your parents. Like, that is honestly the best thing to do. Next question. Oh, this is a tricky one. Okay. Most positive thing about your mental health struggles and most difficult one. I don't know. Okay, well, I know the positive one, and that is this. You guys, I am very, very, very lucky to have gone what I've gone through and then be able to sit here and make videos that somehow help people, and it also helps me. The most difficult one, I think, is accepting my past behavior. So like accepting things I had done when I was really, really unwell, because although I know it wasn't me, I still feel responsible for things that I did. For example, like treating my parents really, really badly and saying things to people that were just really not cool. I have to live with knowing that I did that, and luckily like the people around me are understanding. My parents are like super understanding, but yeah, I still have that guilt from things that I have done, and yeah, that's difficult. Okay, so I think I'm gonna round it up and answer this last question, which is advice to your younger self when your mental health issues started. Also your eyes. First of all, thank you. The difficult thing is with this is that although I felt really, really bad and I was self-harming, I didn't know that this was mental health issues because I literally was not clued up on mental health at all. What I would say to my younger self is, Maddie, tell your flipping parents about your self-harm. I only opened up to my parents when things kind of came to a head for me during my GCSEs, because exams are like a real trigger for me, and I knew that people get stressed out over exams, but like I also knew that what I was feeling wasn't normal. I was really depressed, and I brought this up to my parents and they just kind of dismissed it as teenage hormones. I know they feel really bad for that now, but I didn't tell them about my self-harm, so how were they to know? I think if I'd have told them about my self-harm, then they would have realised that it was serious, and maybe I would have got help sooner. I didn't go to the doctors for mental health until I was 17. I kind of, yeah, would say to myself to go to the doctors and get help, and also confide more in your friends. I only had one friend, my best friend at the time, that I told a few things to, so yeah, I think it is important to be open. So guys, I really, really hope that this little Q&A has helped you in some way. Some of the questions I got, I feel like I could not give a 1 minute answer on. I need to do whole videos on these. So stay tuned. If your question wasn't answered, I may well have a video for you. I'm sending love to all of you who are struggling right now. I promise you, you will get through this, and I will see you all on Thursday's video. Goodbye.